we were driving home from Tallahassee, and I turned to Sophie in the car. I said, Sophie, to get this thing done, I'm going to have to do it myself.
Yeah.
These politicians, I can tell you, this bill's not going to pass. You could hear the sarcasm. It's not going to pass. I said, Sophie, if we're going to help the physicians of Florida, I'm going to have to do it myself. You can't trust anybody else to do it.
Yeah.
So sure enough, the bill died. You guys elected me to represent you in the Florida legislature. And my biggest accomplishment of the first year was getting that very same medical freedom bill across the finish line with Governor DeSantis' signature. Would you believe we are the first state in the union to have such a bill? It's a bill that combines medical conscience, which says that you cannot tell a physician that he will do this. He's going to practice medicine according to his conscience. He's not a fly-by-night cook. He's not a short-order cook. He's not a radio station DJ taking requests. Right. He's going to practice according to the way he was taught.
Right.
We're actually the 6th state in the nation to have that sort of legislation. But we combine that with my medical freedom, where you can't go after a doctor for speaking his own private, personal opinion.
Yeah.
So if there's a doctor that posts something on Facebook that you don't agree with, you can't cancel him. Just go find another doctor.
Yeah.
We are the first state in the union to have that medical freedom, physician freedom of speech bill for doctors, and I'm very proud of that. The doctors in Florida really wanted that, and we got that for our doctors.
I see that when you talk about it that way, I see the connection between you and Governor DeSantis, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the way you describe medical freedom and doctors being allowed to practice in their own way. He wanted to lead the state in a particular direction, not the same as New York, California.
Right.
We're going to do this, right? And everybody said, oh my goodness, everyone in Florida is going to die. It's going to be the worst, right? Like they're going to unleash COVID on all of their people. Didn't happen that way, right? Didn't happen. He was saying things like, if people want to go to the beach with their family, their immediate circle, what's wrong with that, right? Take them to the beach. Get some sunlight, right?
So you know what's funny? That bill was my entire reason for running. Like I said, that was my crowning achievement, and I got it accomplished in one session. I mean, that's unheard of for a freshman. And what's funny is people have short memories, though. COVID seems like an eternity ago. So people sometimes neglect the significance of that bill because you know what? Bird flu.
Right.
I mean, swine flu. They're going to create other emergencies. They're going to create other panics. I actually have a bill that I filed 2 years in a row. We'll file it 3 years in a row. It's to limit how the governor can call a quote-unquote medical emergency. Again, if you're like me, Wes, you believe that one man or woman should not have the ability to lock down your church, lock down your business, force you in your home and barricade the door.
Right.
Your houses of worship were closed. I mean, how despicable is that?
Yeah.
Your schools were closed. I mean, it's craziness. Right. So I've got a bill that I'll refile again next session. Right. We have a governor in Governor DeSantis who's willing to sign it. We just have to get the legislature to pass it. Again, it's limiting medical. Well, basically, folks, long story short, I'll make it virtually impossible for your government to ever lock you down again. But beware, those laws are still in statute. They don't want you to know that, but those laws allowing them to do that still exist. Nothing's changed. We've got to change the statute.
I'm hearing a quote from Benjamin Franklin where he says that a people that are willing to sacrifice their freedom for security deserve neither. Right? Remember that one? That's what I was hearing when you were talking is, yes, there's risk in the world. Yes, there's different types of strategies and not all are equal, right? But if we aren't given the freedom to test those different strategies and see what works, then we've forgotten the very bedrock of democracy.
So by the way, in case the people at home are wondering why I keep looking down, because there's this monitor down there, and I have no idea what the next photo is. I hope it's something flattering, although I haven't seen one yet.